Right then, last one. Question 23, and it's a bit of a doozy. Gives us lots of opportunity to pick up marks, even if we don't necessarily finish the whole thing. Let's start by looking at it. It's telling us we've got a kite where AB equals AD. So let me start by just sketching it. Here's A, and that's B, and that's D. So these lines are equal. Now let's just tidy that up a little bit. That's AB, and that's equal to AD. It also tells me that CB is equal to CD. So we have a shape like this. It also gives us the coordinates of two of the points. It gives us that B is 10, 19, and that D is 2, 7. Right, what can we do from here? Well, we're supposed to find the equation of this line, AC. But in order to do that, we're going to need the equation of that line. And that should enable us to find this point that I've marked in green, and I'm going to call it M. All right. There are marks for every single bit of this that you can do. If we find the gradient of BD, that's a mark. So let's go ahead and do that first. And I'm going to write down what I'm doing at each stage. So gradient of BD. Gradient is equal to rise over run. So it goes rise from 7 to 19. That's a rise of 12 over the run. This, being technical, change in x divided by change in y. So that's 12 over 8. Cancels down to 3 over 2. We've got a mark. Well done, us. We now know that the gradient of AC, the line that we're interested in, is equal to -1 divided by that, which gives you that. That's another mark. That's just a memory thing. We have to remember that when lines are perpendicular to each other, when they're at right angles to each other, then we to switch between one line and the other, you do -1 divided by, finding the negative reciprocal. It's also important, we should have remembered, or we should know, that the angles here are at right angles to the lines are at right angles to each other. These are facts. If you haven't got them, you're not going to access all of this question. But that isn't a big disaster. Right, let's move on. It'd be helpful to know the point M. Well, point M is the midpoint of, it's in the middle of BD. It's the midpoint of BD. So to find the middle, it's just halfway between. So 2 add 10 is 12, so the middle of that is 6. 19 add 7 is 26, the middle of that then is 13. We've got another mark. We've got 3 marks so far, I would think. I mean, I'd forgotten to check how many marks this is in total, but I reckon we've got 3 of 5 already. So what we need to do now is actually find the equation of the line that they want. So we use y equals mx plus c. So find equation of graph, find equation. Right, we know that m is -2/3 for the one that we're interested in. And if x equals 6, y equals 13. Okay, if we have y equals mx plus c, that's something we can do. I know, it tells us to write it in a different form. I'll highlight that there, but we'll come to that in a moment because that's quite easy to do. So I am going to substitute in the values I know. I know that 13 equals -2/3 of x, which is 6, plus 13. No, plus c. By working that out, -2/3 of 6, -2/3 of 6 is -4, so c must equal 17. Okay, now if we now write it as y equals -2/3 of x plus 17, We have got all but 1 mark. That's fantastic. We're very happy, but we have still got the chance to just get it in the form they ask for. Again, we're looking at this question. We can see that it's got a divide by 3 here. Don't like that. It says in the question everything should be whole numbers. So let's multiply everything by 3. 3y equals minus 2x plus 51. 17 times 3 is 51. At least I hope it is. Now to get it exactly as they wanted, we just move the minus 2x to the other side. Now we've got 6 marks. That's it. Let me know if there are any other questions.